This thing is giving me parallelograms instead of squares. Let's fix it. Hey everyone, how's it going? So, no, technically there's nothing wrong with my planer. It is doing exactly what it is supposed to do. The issue I'm having is with these. These are part of the legs for my in-laws dining room table that I've been working on for much longer than I should have. We'll just put it at that. I'll put a video up here showing the jointing jig that I built for the table saw, but that won't work for these ones. So here's this video. So the issue that I'm having right now is that these square stocks are turning into parallelograms on the planer, which is fine. Like I said, the planer is doing exactly what it is supposed to do. Why it's doing that is because this side is flat. So when I run it through on the planer, this side is turning flat, but the planer doesn't have a reference to the other side to make sure that this side is perfectly 90 from this side. So when I run this through the planer, it just kind of runs through where it wants to, and this side is maybe 80 degrees off of this side instead of the 90 that I need. So basically what I need to do here is to build a sled that I can have this side referencing a 90-degree face so that I can plane this side down to flat so that when I run it through the planer on the opposite side, this side will also be running flat. So let's do that. Hopefully this turns out. I'm kind of doing this video off the cuff. I haven't planned any voiceover or anything like that, so if it sounds like I'm an idiot, that's why. So to start this off, let's head over to the scraps. Smaller scraps are all over here. So we will need a flat piece to run through the planer. We'll just set that up here. And then I will need a fence. That should work there. And then I'm going to need a couple more. Let's use this. That'll work. I'm going to need some right angle pieces to hold the fence up 90 to this. So these are the three pieces I'm going to use. This will work here. I might have to cut it to length, seeing as how it is a little bit longer. That's fine. And then this, like I said, will be the right angle supports. So let's head over to the miter saw and we'll cut these into... Actually, no. Let's head over to the table saw first. So to cut these to size, I'm basically just going to set the fence to the same thickness as the board itself. And then I'm going to cross cut it. This isn't necessarily the best cut to do. You want to have this distance shorter than your length of cut. So since it's identical, it'll be like it's not the best cut to do, but I'm okay taking that risk today. So that left me with 6 of these squares. So what I'm going to do now is break out the miter sled, and I'm basically just going to cut these straight down the middle so that I have 12 triangles. Am I going to need all 12? Probably not. But this way is a lot better use of stock, because basically this is a right angle, this is a right angle. I don't really care what this angle is in the middle. This is non-referential. Basically, I just need 2 right angle supports out of this, and if I cut it in half, that gives me 12 total. So that's what I'll do. I guess now I need to move this giant pile of lumber so that I can actually use my miter sled. Alright, so I got the lumber moved out of the way, and I have my crappy miter sled set up. So now I'm just going to take these squares. You're basically going to set a corner in the curve, line up the other corner roughly in the center of the curve, and just run them through. And with that, over to the workbench. Okay, so I got my triangles cut, fence is ready-ish, and my platform. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to cut the fence to length, because it doesn't need to be any longer than this. Where is my pencil? Sure, right there. And I'll just cut this. I'll still need that though. Keep an eye on it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is set this off to the side and set this off to the side. So now with that all out of the way, let's take a couple of the triangles, plunk them to the back side of the fence, and I'm just going to screw them in. Doesn't need to be glued, it's fine. They are perfectly fine. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. And then they have at least the same reference surface. And since I have this here, let's just use this as my spacer. Why not? Not bad for just throwing it together. That was almost perfectly measured out for the 5 triangles. So now that the fence is done, let's throw it onto the sled. How do I want to do this? We'll use the vise. That's what we'll do. Oh, nope, I almost messed that up. There we go. I also have to countersink these down a little bit further because these will be running against the planer bed and I don't want these screws to scratch my planer bed again. There we go. Perfect. So now to keep the planer from just pulling the piece right off of the sled, which has happened before, particularly in the bath caddy video that I did. Well, crap. I'm going to put another fence in the front, so I'll do that off camera because it'll be pretty much the same thing, and then we'll be good to go from there. So let's do that. So I just thought of a design flaw with this. Basically, I'm just going to end up taking this out and I'm just going to put one of these right angle brackets right in the center of this because that'll be enough to keep it from sliding forward. So let me grab the other more parallelogram-y one. So this side's flat. I know this. To reference up against that face, I need to brace it up against that fence. So I need to be able to put some shims under here to hold that up so that I can plane this flat. In this orientation, not that big a deal because I can get them from here. But I won't be able to get it from back here if I need. I won't be able to get it from here if I need. I can access this court or this back side and this side. So I guess it's technically not a design flaw. I don't know. Let's do a couple test runs. I need to go get some hot glue or something too so I can put the shims in there, hot glue them in place so that it will hold this up. And then I can plane this flat. Let's do it. Alright, so I have my hot glue gun heating up slowly, and I got my shims. So now let's just start jamming shims in. That's a design flaw I didn't foresee. Maybe they just need to be thinner so that it only catches the very edge. No, it still just drops down. Well, okay. I can do it this way. I need tape now. Glue it right to the jointer sled. And that'll keep it from popping back this way, and then I can shim this just to support it. Yeah, that's already working. Perfect. I like this glue gun. Okay. Alright, I am happy with that. So now that this side is 90 to this side and this side, I can rip it off of here, flip it around. This side will be planed, or the other side will be run through the planer. This will be perfectly square, or at least 90 degrees from each face. It won't be a square yet. I'll have to run it through a few more times to do that. But yeah, perfect. Now I just need to find my pry bar. Okay, now which face was it? Easy way to find out. This side needs to be planed. Alright, so that sled worked out perfectly. This is 100% square. Oh, it's a rectangle. It's not quite a square. But all the corners, all four corners are 90 degrees each. So, perfect. Works for me. Now I just have to run it through the planer a few times to turn it into a full square. Hopefully it's still about 4 inches by 4 inches, which is what I wanted. If I have to go a little bit lower than that, that's okay. But either way, I'm quite happy with how that worked out. And for, what, a half hour worth of work? Perfect. And it saves me spending $800 on a new jointer. So, perfect. So I'm going to leave it at that for this video. And I'm going to carry on the planer to get working on the table. Which, again, has taken a lot longer than it should. But hopefully that'll be done soon, and that will be coming up on the channel at some point here. If it's out by now, that will be up here. So, hopefully I remember to actually put that in. Anyways, I'm going to call it a video. Thank you all for watching, and if you like what I'm doing here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. If you have any questions or comments, I look forward to reading them in the comment section below. If you want to see more up-to-date projects, you can always follow me on Instagram at JohnTheShriner. Otherwise, I will see you here in the next video, and have a good one.